Sometimes, one small act, one tiny moment of kindness, can change not just one life, but two. They say what you give comes back to you. But what most people forget is that even the smallest kindness can echo through time. This is the story of a college boy and a homeless man. A story that will remind you that kindness never dies. It was a hot, busy afternoon. The streets were crowded, the horns never stopped, and everyone looked like they were in a rush. Among them walked Ravi, a 21-year-old college student, headphones in his ears, bag on his shoulder, lost in his own thoughts. Just another young man chasing his dreams. He had just finished class and stopped by his favorite street shop for a quick bite. He ordered 2 chicken rolls, one for now and one for later. Tired and hungry, he sat on a bench near the bus stop. As he unwrapped his food, his eyes caught something unusual. A few steps away sat an old man. His clothes were worn out, his hands were rough, and his eyes were tired but calm. He wasn't begging. He just sat there, quietly watching people walk past, unseen and unnoticed. Ravi took a bite, but his gaze kept going back to the old man. The man smiled faintly, not asking for anything, just smiling. Something in Ravi's heart moved. He thought, he looks hungry. Maybe I should share one roll. Then another thought came, but I bought it for later. He looked again. The man's face hadn't changed, still calm, still patient. That was it. Ravi stood up, walked over, and said softly, "Uncle, would you like to eat this?" The old man looked surprised. His eyes filled with tears as he took the roll with trembling hands. He whispered, "Son, may God bless you, not for the food, but for seeing me." Ravi smiled gently. "It's nothing, Uncle. Take care." And he walked away, feeling lighter, not knowing that this one small act would come back into his life years later. Time passed. Ravi finished college, faced his share of struggles, and tried hard to find the right job. Sometimes he got rejected. Sometimes he doubted himself. But he never gave up. After a few years of ups and downs, he finally got a call, a job interview at a big company, his dream opportunity. That night he couldn't sleep, feeling nervous but excited. He ironed his shirt, polished his shoes, and prepared his files. The next morning he looked in the mirror and said, "This is my day." When he entered the company building, everything felt grand. Glass walls, shiny floors, and people in suits rushing around. He took a deep breath and walked to the interview room. Inside sat an older man with gray hair, calm eyes, and a kind smile. "Please have a seat," the man said warmly. Ravi smiled back. "Thank you, sir." The interview began. The man asked about Ravi's education, his goals, and his dreams. Ravi answered honestly, feeling nervous but being real. Halfway through, the man leaned back and studied him for a moment. "Tell me something," he said. "Have we met before?" Ravi blinked. "I don't think so, sir." The man smiled faintly. Maybe I'm mistaken. Your face just feels familiar." The rest of the interview went smoothly. At the end, the man stood, shook his hand, and said, "You'll hear from us soon." Ravi left the room unsure how it went, but that strange sense of familiarity lingered in his mind. 2 days later, Ravi's phone rang. "Hello, Mr. Ravi. Congratulations. You've been selected. Please join us tomorrow." Ravi was overjoyed. He shouted, hugged his parents, and thanked God. He had finally made it. The next day, he returned to the office to sign his papers. And there, waiting for him, was the same interviewer, smiling. "Welcome, Ravi," the man said warmly. "I'm glad you accepted." "Thank you, sir," Ravi replied. "It's a dream come true." The man nodded slowly, then said, "You know, I never forget faces that show kindness." Ravi looked puzzled. The man continued. "Years ago, I was sitting near a bus stop, hungry, hopeless, and invisible. A young boy gave me his lunch. That boy was you." Ravi froze. His heart stopped for a second. You were that man?" The man nodded, his voice soft. "Yes, I had lost everything, my business, my home. But that one act of kindness reminded me that life still had meaning. That day, I promised myself, if life ever gave me another chance, I'd live with gratitude." He smiled gently. "You gave me food when I was starving. Today, I give you an opportunity, a chance to build your future." Ravi's eyes filled with tears. "Sir, I don't know what to say," the man said softly. "Just remember, kindness always comes back. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but always, when you need it most." That moment changed Ravi's life. He realized that success isn't just about hard work or luck. It's about heart. He worked hard at his new job, but more importantly, he stayed humble and kind. He helped people just like someone once helped him. And the old man? He never stopped giving. He started a small charity that fed the hungry every weekend, because he knew how much one meal, one gesture, can change a heart. Life has a strange way of circling back. The kindness you give today might return when you least expect it, as a blessing, not a favor. So if you ever get a chance to help someone, do it. Even if it's small, even if no one notices. Because no act of kindness is ever wasted. Every good deed plants a seed, and one day, that seed will return to you in ways you can't imagine. If this story touched your heart, remember, one kind moment can change 2 lives. Tell me in the comments, what small act of kindness will you do today? And if you love stories that make you feel, think, and grow, subscribe to Next Move in Life, where every story moves your heart and your life, one step forward. Until next time, this is Next Move in Life, reminding you that kindness always finds its way home.